Hello everybody, and in this video it's been a while since I talked about my Panda Guppies that are doing really good in the house. I have a pond of them outside, and I'm not real thrilled with how those are doing outside, but the ones I kept inside are doing amazing. Just easily my favorite guppy line. I know I've talked about it being my favorite one before, but for sure, so I can get this to focus on the fish instead of my reflection. Well, we got a bad one. Have to get him out. But look at all the fry, and there's fry all over in here. I did just trim a whole bunch of this Ludwigia in this 40-gallon tank. It was grown all the way out to here. And in addition, there's a lot of action down here. I fed these are long fin lemon blue eyes, and there's some short fins in here too that all carry the long fin genes, so I just let them all do their thing. And the guppies are always needy, trying to eat the algae wafers too. But I just started this tank with an adult pair and some probably like 20 fry, and then most of those ended up going outside. So this tank really didn't have, is like an adult pair and I don't know, maybe like 10 fry. That was probably sometime in February, and I took most of them out and put them outside in the pond, and the ones that were left ended up doing this. And I must say, this is also the tank that when I sell these on my website, markshelleyaquatics.com, and Panda Guppies are available right now. So if there's something you'd be interested in, I've got some. But anyway, besides that, started this in February, and now it is the middle of September, and now we've got a good range. This is like a good colony size. I would like to try to keep it at, because you start getting more than this, they start eating their fry, but they really don't eat their fry too bad, these guys don't. So that's another big positive. You can always just colony breed these, and you always have lots of fry making. Look at this, oh my goodness. You just go through and get the bad ones. Now the fish in this tank are all pretty young. In fact, they're all in their prime or younger. So I have my other tank, I have some old fish in these Panda lines. When they get old, this Panda line that I have, when they get old, they start doing some really weird stuff. Look at the baby long fin lemon blue eyes. All the adults all got scared and ran off the plecos as soon as I come up here, but the babies don't care. They just want to keep on eating. Good shot. That male. This is a young, strong colony. Got him flaring. Boy, I love these. I could just sit here and video these guys all day. Alright. I'll talk about the weird stuff when they get old, and it's really weird. Well, here they come. They all think they're going to get fed, and I just did a water change and did some work on this tank, so it's a little stirred up. But I like how it's looking again. The pearlweed ended up taking over, and my whole goal from the beginning when I did this tank was to have Val across the back, and every time I put Val in, it just wouldn't take. I don't know why, but it just wouldn't take. So then I finally, a couple pieces after not doing anything for a while, it just started growing, and now it won't be long. There was, of course, this is jungle Val, so it's really tall, and I just trimmed the tops up that were touching the water surface. So hopefully my vision is to have a wall of Val in the back, and then these Florida sunset crypts, which were really suffering. Okay, enough about plants. We'll talk about the weird guppy, what this panda line is doing. Like, look at this one. Some of the males, they just keep growing, and their color fades. But they just keep getting bigger and bigger. Look at this guy. And sometimes I would get ones that had like tiger antler tails or something. I'll pick most of those out. There's some, if you get some of the bigger, lighter colored ones, if they get in the right light, you can see hints of it. But some of these guys are, there's one, they just keep growing. It's interesting. Some of them stay small. There's one. They don't have hardly any color at all on it. If it gets in the light, you can see it's blue sheen. And it has a gonadopodium. Look at that. That has a gonadopodium. Look at that fish. That's one of them big ones. And when he gets up in the light a certain way, his color has faded. He's got that yellowish iridescence at the base of his tail. That is pretty bizarre. But he was normal looking when he was young. So I'll probably end up scooping him out. This tank had been an overgrown mess with pearlweed. Back to the plants. And that's just a clump of moss and algae and pearlweed that was blocking out all the crypts, keeping and it had grown up this sponge I have here, so it was blocking out the Val from spreading like I want. So I don't really want to keep pearlweed no more because it's more of a nuisance than anything. I like to keep my tanks low maintenance these days. And so, yeah, but it was fun. What happens is it starts growing and it shades itself out, and then the stems that are anchored into the substrate die, and then the whole mass of it just ends up floating, getting up to the top, and you stick it down, it even stopping it. You can see where I had rocks put down on it. Those were rocks that were supposed to be holding down the pearlweed mat, but even that doesn't keep it going. But anyway, Panda Guppies. Love these guys. I have a 100-gallon pond, a 29-gallon, and a 40-gallon tank dedicated just for Panda Guppies. Because I'm obsessed with them. I'm going to end up phasing out most of my guppy lines, but I think I'm going to end up keeping 2 guppy lines, the pandas and the red mosaics. And the rest will end up going into the, that's a big poo. And the rest of the guppies will just end up going in my pond, I think. And I'm going to have more tank space dedicated to just breeding shrimp. But I still love my guppies. I'm going to do the pandas and red mosaics. So trying to do a bunch of different lines poorly, I'm going to try to do a couple of lines real good. So that's the whole goal. I'll probably end up keeping Japan blues just because they're so easy and fun. But the rest going on the pond for shrimp eventually. But these guppies are my favorites. I wish their pond would have done better, but it's weird. The pond just gets too much sunlight. I should end up building something to shade over them. The southwest side of the house, the afternoon sun kills it. Just grows the algae too much. And they all, every time someone walks past, this is the walkway, little hallway here, to the bathroom, the family room, the kitchen, utility room. They all, no matter how many times someone does it, they all come over here like you're going to feed them. Hey! Like, hey, he's going to feed us, he's going to feed us. Oh. There's only like 3 fish on that side of the tank. They're all right here. Oh, that's a good looking one right there. Look at that guy. Alright everybody. Hope you enjoyed my Panda Guppies. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.